Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Marie Claire's Virtual Facial Masterclass. I'm Lisa Oxenham. I'm the Beauty and Style Director at Marie Claire. And today we have celebrity skincare specialist and makeup artist, Natalie Eleni, who will be directing beauty, fashion and fitness entrepreneur and new mum, Millie Mackintosh. Hi, guys. And we will be creating the most flawless complexion using Clay to Peau Beauté. So we also have Benjamin Kaufman, who will be directing the whole concept, A-list hair expert Tyler Johnston to direct Millie's hairstyling, and Sarah Barnes on production. So hi guys. So yeah, this is going to be a really fun masterclass. So over to you, Natalie.
Hi everybody, thanks for joining. So we're going to be just creating a really beautiful, glowing, flawless look. I mean, Millie, you look glowing and flawless anyway, but we're going to just take it so it's kind of camera ready for you because you'll be doing your shoot. So we're going to start with your softening cleansing foam, which you've got just there, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got it here.
So this is really beautiful, and this is a really it's really important with cleansing to really take the time to get the cleansing part of your prep correct, and to really spend time sort of massaging the skin, waking it up. Even if your skin's quite sensitive, you don't need to do like really firm pressure. It could just be more of a lymphatic drainage movement. So what we're going to do with your skin is we're going to I know you've got some water there, and it's a really great tip to just keep adding water to your cleanser so that it doesn't kind of dry out and it's not dragging as you're applying it to your skin. So if you want to apply a bit onto your fingertips.
I'm putting a little bit of water on first, so I'm going to kind of dampen the skin.
Yes, pop a little bit of water on, just make sure you've got some slip, and then you just want to kind of get it onto the skin. If you feel like you need to add a bit more, you can do so. And this has got hyaluronic acid in it, so it's great. It's really hydrating, but it's still going to give you that lovely clean feeling to your skin. Just really work it around the nose. Does it feel nice on your skin?
Yeah, it feels really really soft.
And that's the thing, it's very gentle, which I love about this cleanser. And then onto the forehead. And although you don't want to get it onto your hairline, do kind of take it up, because people often just kind of work around this part of their face, but you want to kind of really get it, not so it's ruining your lovely hair, but just kind of so you're working all around the area and down onto your neck. You can add a bit more water. And then just do some gentle stroking movements downwards. We have a lot of lymph nodes here on our necks. This is a great way to kind of get the lymph activated, which really helps to depuff your face and to just kind of help
in this area.
Sorry?
I often feel quite puffy around here on my hair.
Great. So it's good to kind of massage outwards. We'll do that a bit more with your other products, and then drain downwards. I think people get confused thinking, I should be going up. If you're doing more of a lifting, toning, firm massage, then you want to be doing lifting up. But for lymphatic, you want to drain down. So out and then downwards. We can do a little bit more of that with your serum. So if you want to remove.
I've got a flannel, just so I'm not at my sink, so I'm gonna take it off.
Just press, just try not to rub the skin, just press and gently remove. And that's nice because you'll find you'll get a little bit of exfoliation off the flannel, so it will just really give you that nice, perfect base for your makeup. No makeup.
I like this to help your makeup off as well.
Yeah. Perfect. And what we could sometimes do is a double cleanse, but in this case, because you didn't have any makeup on and we don't want to make the skin too sensitive before a shoot, one cleanse is absolutely fine.
I like to do a double cleanse in the evening. That's really I've done that for years. I love double cleansing. I think you just get all your skincare products really nicely absorb after you've done a double cleanse as well.
And it's really good for just helping to ensure everything is off the skin, from your makeup to pollution, etc.
I'm just going to make sure I've got all of that off, just with a little bit of smell as well.
Millie, has your skincare routine changed a lot since becoming a new mum?
I mean, some days, if I'm honest, I get halfway through the day and realize I haven't washed my face yet, or even like to the evening. But when I do make sure I've got the time, I try now to actually get up before the baby does, so that I can make sure that I've at least, like, you know, done my skincare, ready for the day.
Yeah.
But I've really still tried to look after my skin as much as I can, and it's definitely all about just getting the most from your products and using products which achieve really great results without needing to spend too long doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure, as you know, time is very precious.
Yeah.
That's time.
I also think I always say to clients, make sure you've got what you need, like easily accessible. So make sure you've got your flannels, your clean, you know, whatever you're using just there, because if it's not right in front of your eyes, it's just not a priority when you've just had a baby or you've got young children. So keeping it simple is really important, and just making it, you know, easy to do. Lovely. Yeah. So next, this is one of my favorite products. This is the Serum, Clé de Peau, the Serum.
The bottle is beautiful. I love that it's got this kind of pearlized, like opalescent effect.
So gorgeous. And it's a really lovely product to prep for makeup, because it just feels like, oh, it's just the most beautiful feeling. It just absorbs into the skin. It really helps to plump, and it's so gentle. So if you just put a couple of 2 or 3 pumps onto the skin.
Can I quickly interrupt you girls?
Yeah.
Because we need to record the first step, and a quick direction for Sarah. Please record the entire session on your telephone, and we just continue with it as it is. It's easy in this case.
Okay.
Brilliant. Let me know when you're rolling, and then we continue. And I'm not going to interrupt you anymore.
Okay, hold on. Rolling.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we're just going to pop some onto our hands. I just gave myself a nice little hand massage there whilst we were waiting, and it just absorbs beautifully. So just put enough on, because we're actually going to do a little bit of a massage with this. So probably putting on more than you would if you were just doing this as a skincare step. Whenever I prep for photo shoots or red carpets or anything like that, I really use this time with the hydrating product to kind of really work it into the skin. I think I'll do this with you because it might be easier. So we're just going to start, if you just get it onto your hands, and then we're just going to like do little raindrop movements. It's very refreshing. I don't know, it feels quite cool, doesn't it? So it's really beautiful.
Really cooling.
Really beautiful around the eyes. And we're just going to really work on that lymphatic system around the eyes with little raindrop movements.
I'm not very coordinated.
No, it's a bit like doing that, isn't it? It's quite hard.
It's harder than it looks.
And then we're just going to do little raindrop movements up the forehead. And again, we're keeping these movements really like gentle, because, you know, people sometimes wonder, you know, it's great to do those kind of lifting and kind of deeper movements, but if you want to, if your skin's quite sensitive or you feel quite tired, then it's nice just to do something a little bit more gentle. And actually the lymph you only need to work very light, so just nice little raindrops, then down the cheeks.
Millie, did you say that your skin has become more sensitive or not?
Yeah, that is something I found when I was pregnant, and it still flushes quite easily. And if I touch it, it goes quite red. It calms down again, but I'd say I have had a bit more redness.
Yeah. So this is good for calming the skin, isn't it, Natalie?
Yeah, it's just very light movements. So now we're just going to very lightly drain down the neck. Kind of encourage that. And then just on your collarbone, you can just, along your clavicle here, you can just literally do some little pulse movements. Just keep adding product as you need it. And that just really helps to encourage the lymph. So just draining downwards. And then
skin feels really nicely hydrated. It feels very fresh.
I love this too, because it's so fine in texture. You can really take it. I love to really pop this. If you find that you are quite dehydrated around the eyes, something nice and fine like this just tapped onto kind of the areas that are a bit dehydrated or dehydration lines just really helps to plump them up. And actually the massage movement really helps, because it brings the blood flow up and gets the circulation going, so it really helps to plump.
Is that good if you've got really sort of tired skin then, Natalie?
Yeah, I mean, if the skin's tired, you often just feel like you need something soothing, so something cool. And so you can put products in the fridge or use, you know, quite old school, but just you know, you can dampen your cotton wool or whatever you're using. I try to use the sustainable ones now, ones that I can wash and reuse. Dampen them, make sure they're clean, dampen them, keep them in the fridge, so you've just got that lovely cold sensation on your skin, which is really comforting. And just, you know, get that hydration on. Even if you've got an oily skin, you might feel you don't want to put oil on, but you can get a lot of products that, you know, aren't heavy and greasy. You can just use lighter products. Just to kind of make sure that your skin's still nurtured and nourished. That doesn't mean oily and heavy. It just means that you're still kind of feeding it and protecting it.
Just because of lack of sleep and stress, it all causes sort of skin dehydration, I guess, doesn't it?
And Millie, because your skin doesn't look dehydrated or anything, so do you find that you like to layer your products, or do you tend to just have like one product you like to put on?
I very much love the combination of serum and moisturizer together for that like deep level of hydration. For the last couple of years, I'd say just always using a really good serum and moisturizer combined, day and night, and that helps me look after my skin and work on the hydration, because definitely when my skin gets really dehydrated, I notice my fine lines more, and it just doesn't look as fresh. I'm all about a kind of glowy skin, so key to that is making sure it's got enough hydration. And
some people think, oh, I'm getting wrinkles or whatever, and it's actually not. It's just dehydration. I'm like, just massage your eye cream or your serum in, and it's amazing. It's just literally, you know, just keeping the skin hydrated and plumped and, you know, protected as well. And this is a beautiful cream that we're going to put on next. We're going to use the Volumizing Creams Cream. I love all the names. Again, it looks so gorgeous. I think if your products look beautiful, it kind of makes you want to use them, doesn't it? They just look really lovely. It's like the whole part of like wellness and well-being. It's just the whole experience, from how they feel, how they look, sort of how they smell. So with this, we're going to, because again, we're going to sort of massage it into the skin. Probably take more than you would if you were just applying it to your skin. Just got mine here.
I've got that much.
Perfect. And then just rub your fingertips together. So you're kind of warming the product up a little bit into your hands.
Okay.
And then sort of apply it onto your skin, and then we're going to do some prayer movements. So if you just kind of apply it down the neck as well. Okay. And then just do like a little prayer movement here. We're just going to kind of do some scooping upwards. So that's giving a nice bit of a lift. And I tend to use my thumb just under the jaw. Yeah. You've got a beautiful jawline, so you don't really need to do this, but it's good to keep it.
About like
So I'm just going to scoop upwards and lift upwards. And then just to give a nice lift. And then I tend to go and do some nice lifting movements in between the forehead. Sorry, in between the eyebrows up to the forehead.
I know what you mean.
So there, yeah. And then just upwards. I'll do it a bit slow. So kind of just lifting upwards. You don't have to do it, as I say, it's just kind of more about kind of lifting, and you know, you don't have to remember the same routine every day. You can just incorporate a few movements and do kind of what intuitively feels good for you. And it's quite nice just to kind of, especially if you get any dehydration around the eyes, spend time here.
Would you say sort of leaving the rest of the eye area out and not moisturizing, sort of underneath the eye or on the eyelid?
Well, with the serum, because it's a light texture, right, we took that kind of just under, but you don't want to go right under the eye. But if you go along the orbit, it kind of absorb what it needs. Obviously, with a specific eye cream, you could go around. If I'm doing a face massage, just a serum, or you know, you can use it. You want to go kind of around the orbit of the eye.
Yeah.
And then we can just do a little bit of, if you just press onto your brows, and then we're just going to do some lifting. So lifting up, so this is kind of stretching. This is really good if you feel a bit tired and stressed and you feel like your face is frowning down. We're just kind of lifting and stretching the muscle. And it can give a really nice brightening and eye-opening effect. Lifting upwards.
Millie, what time do you wake up in the morning?
it depends on Sienna. So at the moment she keeps waking up at like 5, but she goes back to sleep, but I often don't go back to sleep after that. She was waking up at 7 and now it's gone to 5, so it just depends on her. She's my alarm clock.
It is quite nice to have that time though, isn't it, before she wakes up, so that you can do thing and you can just have a bit of a breather.
Just get up and get dressed. I find if I don't, then again I'll often be in my pajamas still like 4 hours later, so it's good.
My first thing is coffee, just like get me a coffee. It's what I need as soon as I wake up before I can even think about washing my face or doing anything. So we can just do a little bit of like light circular movements onto the cheeks, lifting upwards. Again, we don't want to overstimulate the skin, and then just get a little bit of product around the mouth. I often take my skincare onto my lips. I get really dry lips, so I find
you do
help with everything. And then just
if you do suffer from redness in your skin, what would overstimulate the skin to make it worse?
Well, just lots of like active products, things like retinols, AHAs, etc. Just be really careful with them. Anything heat treatments, and then massage. Just keep it very, very light, like feather-like movements. And if an area is very red, then obviously don't, massage around that area. But lymphatics, very light pressure. Or you can literally pat the product on. If you're feeling, so you can just do some nice patting movements like this.
And what about like hot and cold water? Should you use lukewarm water so that you're...
Yeah, I mean, just lukewarm. Cool water is obviously really soothing and really lovely. So you could just put a cold compress over your skin, over the area before you start. Sometimes redness can be caused by the skin being oversensitized, or it could be rosacea. So it's just a case of like not aggravating, not overstimulating, over massaging, using very harsh products, but you still want to get that hydration into the skin. So we've now got our cream on, so we're going to go for the makeup now, but because we want to keep it really nice and kind of glowy and dewy. You have got it's the Radiant Fluid Foundation Matte, haven't you?
Yes, correct.
And what we thought might be nice is to mix it with the cream. You can actually mix it with the serum as well. I love to mix.
I love together. I'm always mixing things just to get the right texture, and I like a really like a kind of a light coverage as well. So especially in the daytime.
So that's nice, and you can just kind of, so if you mix them together, then you can just kind of get that added hydration and shear the product out. So you still get the nice finish of the product, but you're just making it more natural, which is kind of how
I'm going to use a little bit of moisturizer.
And you can, I don't know if you've got a brush or you can use your fingers. I tend to use my fingers on myself.
Fingers, just so I like that to blend.
And then you can just pat it, kind of work from the center, working outwards. So just apply it sort of around the nose. Lovely. You've got amazing skin, actually, haven't you? You've got gorgeous skin.
A bit of redness, but thank you.
Beautiful.
Where is your redness specifically, Millie?
Always a little bit around the nose. It depends. Like I can get it a little bit on my chin as well, like dry areas. And recently I have had a few I don't have any actually today, but I have had a few little kind of hormonal breakouts, and from wearing a mask I often find I've been getting like that, like mask knee, which was really annoying.
Yeah, that is so annoying, isn't it? And how are you with like drinking enough water through the day and all of that side of things?
I really try to drink at least like 2 to 3 liters a day, and when I don't, I really notice that my skin's more dehydrated and just my energy levels, everything. So it's something I always try to have a bottle of water with me. Like when I was breastfeeding, I would just drink a crazy amount of water, and I felt like when I stopped, I kind of forgot to always have a bottle with me. So I try. I get such a headache as well if I don't drink water for kind of a couple of hours.
Yeah, making me feel thirsty now. I'm gonna have a drink. I find the thing with water is when you forget about it and then think, oh my god, actually I'm really thirsty. So cheers everyone.
Exactly, and then you're already dehydrated by that point.
Yeah. it makes such a difference, but sometimes it's the simple things like that are easy to overlook, isn't it?
Yeah. And how about sort of food and meals and everything? Have you been, I reached for sugar all the time. But
I'm definitely drinking more coffee than I ever have, and I am aware that that's not great for skin. But that, you know, one coffee just isn't cutting it for me anymore. And she's about to start crawling. She's about to start any day. She's only 7 months, and I'm like, oh, what's about to happen?
That's when the fun really happens.
Really, I literally don't know what's about to happen to my world. It's going to completely change everything again.
There's just lots of you just suddenly realize how many low, sharp corners and tables.
I know. I need to safety proof the house like ASAP.
So sweet.
That's looking lovely. So, and also you find that if you mix it with your moisturizer, and if you apply your foundation when your moisturizer, this is what I'll often do on a shoot, when the moisturizer is still kind of on the skin, it just kind of, you can really blend it in and get that lovely glowy finish. So that looks really nice against the light. It kind of catches the hydration, can kind of catch against the light. So that's really looks really nice for kind of red carpet skin.
Natalie, can I ask actually, so if you do use the foundation mixed onto the face when the moisturizer is still a little bit wet, that's great for that sort of dewy look. But if you wanted to go a little bit more with the foundation, a little bit more matte, do you wait for it to dry?
Yeah, wait for it to kind of absorb.
And absorb.
And then apply it. Or what you could do is you could kind of go more matte down the T-zone and then have this more glowy. So, you know, another nice thing that I like to do is either with an oil or a serum or something is once the foundation's on, is just kind of pat some oil onto the cheekbones. And especially people tend to get dehydrated or have fine lines around here. It just helps to kind of further plump them up a bit and just catches the light really nicely. And there's nothing wrong with having lines like around here because it's laughter lines and that's lovely, but it's just a nice way to kind of catch the light and keep that area hydrated.
It makes the whole it lifts the face, doesn't it, having sort of that dewiness around there.
So let's see where we are with our virtual makeover. Looking gorgeous.
It's a really lovely coverage actually, and it feels very dewy and hydrated.
Yeah, it looks lovely, and it's nice because it's kind of going to balance. It's not going to give that like an oily finish. It just gives it's like a kind of nice velvet with that lovely hydration.
Yeah, I don't feel like I need a powder on. It just kind of is just nice, like it looks like skin.
Yeah, lovely. That's exactly the look that I love whenever I do shoots. Next, you've got your Clé de Peau eyeliner pencil, and this comes with a cartridge that you've popped in, and it's got two ends to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, so it's got like this felt tip end, which looks really easy to use. And then it's also got this thinner like pencil end.
So what's great about this is that the kind of felt tip ends you can actually use to like press to do a bit of a flick if you were looking for that. We're just going for something that's enhancing your natural beauty. So we're going to take the fine end and you're just going to kind of skim along your lash line. Just, warm it up in your hands. That's really, really good. And then you're kind of just going to skim it along your lashes. So I use the lash line as kind of a guide, and it's more just to kind of intensify. If it's a bit smudgy, don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just to bring that kind of intensity to the eyes and the lashes, which look really beautiful in a photograph. It just kind of defines your lashes more. Really lovely.
Yeah, it's a great. I love using liner like this, and this one's actually a very like dark, deep brown. So again, it's a little softer than using like a heavy black. So I think it looks more natural. Even a tiny bit makes quite a big difference, actually.
It looks great. You really see it.
Millie, we've just had a question from the audience watching this morning. They've said, do you wear makeup every day?
I don't. It depends. Maybe about 4 or 5 days a week I do. Quite often working. And then it depends how I feel. It depends what I'm doing. Obviously it's different, like we've been in lockdown. Sometimes it depends how I feel really. Some days I put on makeup and it makes me feel good even if I'm not working and don't need to have any on. And other days I just like to just be quite low maintenance, and maybe just I might just put a tiny touch of mascara, tinted lip balm on.
So that's it. So that's your sort of your most minimal makeup would be mascara and lip balm.
And maybe a brow gel.
Maybe brows, yeah.
and maybe fake tan. If I put a tiny bit of fake tan on the night before, then I feel like I feel like I've got a bit of color without putting any makeup on.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do you put it on your body and your face, or just your face and neck?
My face is a bit paler than my body naturally, so I just do on my face. And then yeah, I haven't bothered on my body for quite a while.
You probably won't for another 5 years or so.
I'm sure, yeah.
If anybody has any questions, please fire away. Yeah, we're opening for questions on here.
And just using your lash as a guide, it just makes it a lot easier. I think people really panic with liner, thinking I've got to do this perfect line. But what's great is a lot of these products now are really like that's so lovely and smudgy. You can just then smudge it with your fingers or a brush. It gives that definition and kind of wakes your eyes up. But don't put pressure on yourself to create this perfect flick, because you know most makeup artists would do it in stages anyway. And just use your lashes as that guide, and then you can kind of build up on it. So you could always start using a pencil to sort of sketch the line, and then if you did want to go in with more of a liquid line, then you could do it over the top, and just take a cotton bud or whatever, and you can clean it up as you go.
Exactly. That I always think if I make a mess, I'll just clean it up afterwards.
That looks lovely.
Okay, just making sure I've kind of done it the same amount. Yeah,
that looks beautiful.
That is thicker for sure.
Yeah.
Natalie, do you not recommend putting this on the bottom lash line then?
You could, yeah, you can do. I mean, it really depends. Sometimes it just depends on the look that you're going for. You could just apply a little bit. Again, it's more about intensifying the look of the lashes. So Millie, you could put just a little bit along kind of the outer part of your lashes and just a little bit smudgy, but not like a line as such, just more like a little bit of soft definition. It's literally like that's perfect. And then just smudge it a bit.
Because I tend to really only wear mascara on my top lashes, unless I'm doing a really heavy kind of full-on smoky eye look with like kind of kohl all the way around. I tend to just wear mascara on the top because I feel like it opens my eyes more that way.
Yeah.
It's such a personal thing.
Yeah, some people love loads of mascara on the bottom lashes. Some people don't. It's just really, and also some people find that when they wear it, it kind of really smudges, in which case I'd say go for a waterproof mascara on the lower lashes if you find that it kind of, and just don't do them really thick, because sometimes if it's a bit clumpy, that's when it can kind of smudge. That looks lovely.
Yeah, I just feel like a little bit, I don't like, it's a very natural kind of lovely just for like everyday look.
It's beautiful. And one of the next product's one of my favorites. It's the Lip Glorifier. So this just kind of it's really super hydrating. I get very dry lips. I find most people I work with get dry lips. It's just going in and out of, you know, hot, cold, dehydration again. And this is a really great product because it really plumps and hydrates your lips, and it has a little hint of color to it as well. Or it kind of like your one, you've got the, because it's all different colors, but it kind of like just works with your natural lip color to kind of
I love that.
Maximize it. It's really pretty.
Definitely.
I just put it on my hand, and it's kind of gone a tiny bit pink on my hand.
Yeah, it kind of works with your own lips.
I love the packaging as well.
It's so nice. It's so hydrating, and it leaves sort of like a fresh pink look to your lips.
Oh, it feels so good.
It is so nice. I'm addicted to that lip
as well.
Yeah.
Really lovely.
So Millie, as you don't have, so you're really time poor at the moment, what sort of self-care tip do you have for mums?
I think, you know, for me now, luckily Sienna goes to bed a bit earlier, and it's just taking a bit of time for myself in the evening, whether that's just to follow my skincare routine and probably make sure I'm like, you know, taking my makeup off nicely. I love to have a relaxing bath, you know, light some candles, put on a relaxing playlist, or listen to a podcast, something like that, and just try and just switch off and just have a bit of me time. Not every day, I don't do that, but I think that's definitely been a really important one.
Yeah. And what about exercise? Have you managed to exercise or not?
Yes, I went for a run this morning. It was still dark.
Wow.
but that was the only time I could do it. So
yeah,
I feel better for doing it, for sure.
How long do you run for?
I ran for half an hour today. I did 5K.
It's just that whole thing where I'm just always trying to get myself to run, and it just hasn't. It's happened like twice, but I need to get motivated.
I'm just trying to get into it at the moment because we were in lockdown, and I just wanted to do something. But I'm definitely very much a beginner, and I'm panting, and you know, I use an app which helps me keep going and know how far I've gone, how much longer I've got left, and I've gone run with a friend as well.
And you'll find that also when you've got children, you kind of want to, it's really hard to exercise in the house because they're always climbing all over you. So it's quite nice. You feel like you're breaking free and just like, oh my God, I'm my own person. And so it kind of does motivate to get out the house. I just need to get out the house and run. So I need to do that. But well done. And also it's great because it gives you that lovely awake look to your skin before we did the makeup. You look so fresh.
I think that is why I did it, because yeah, definitely you get that like flushed, healthy glow. So it's good for your skin as well.
Yeah, I absolutely love running. I'm addicted to it, actually. I run every day as well. Great. So I think, are we done, Natalie?
Yeah, we're all done.
Okay.
Lovely.
Do we have any other questions from the audience? Let me just check. Okay, so yeah, that's it for now. So I think if we can quickly sort of make a comment on Millie's look, Natalie, that would be amazing. But I think she looks absolutely perfect. She looks really polished and hydrated. Yeah,
and her eyes just look really nice and bright. And yeah, just you look like you just intensified a little bit.
My skin feels great. This is definitely the kind of thing I like to do every day for just a little bit of just that little hint of makeup, but it's kind of like cheats makeup. It's like no makeup look.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much. That was great. Thank you. So Ben, I think we're finished with the look now.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well done, everyone. I would say, just to say thank you to Marie-Claire, Claire de Peau, and obviously Millie, let's do our traditional handshake, our little virtual hug, and thank all the audience, basically. So everyone follows me doing that on 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Thank you very much all together. Brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching, everyone.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you for joining.